In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about what is called dimensional analysis. Now, dimensional analysis sounds very difficult, but it's really not very difficult. We have dimensions that we measure things all the time in. Chemistry is used, for example, at home when we're baking and stuff. So if I had a quarter cup, third of a cup, half cup, full cup, and then I have to measure with things like this, every time I use a recipe, it tells me what dimensions I need to measure in. But there's a problem. Sometimes I'm measuring in units like this, and sometimes I'm measuring in units like this, and I need to have a conversion. For example, like this. Okay, Google, how many teaspoons are in a cup?
1 U.S. cup is 48 U.S. teaspoons.
And I didn't know that, so I would have to look it up. So a cup is 48 teaspoons. And so we have to convert all the time, and that's one of the big things we have to do in chemistry is we have to convert. We have to go from one unit to another, so you have to know numbers, okay? And so what we're going to talk about today is conversion of units, and we're going to do it in a couple of different ways. I'm going to do it in two different videos. We're going to start with the American system first. Now, since this is one of the first videos that we're doing together, I want to let you know that as we go along, you should be taking notes with me. And I'm going to move the screen for a minute so you can see everything. You're going to need to take notes with me. And as we're going to be taking notes, it's going to be important that if I get ahead of you, stop the video and take notes. So what I'm doing real quick is I'm grabbing a handy dandy calculator, okay? Because I'm going to need it for some of the things we're going to be doing. And so we're going to be converting units. Now, if I get ahead of you, pause the video, write it down. Make sure you do all the math with me as we go along. In the intro video, we talked about chemistry is the first course that has math and science. So we're going to play with something we already know. Now, there are a couple of different ways that we can do dimensional analysis, but I'm going to teach it like this. If you were in a math class and you were given the following question, and let's pretend you don't have a calculator. And you need the answer to this question. 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 divided by 12 and divided also by 13. Now notice how I said that. I didn't say divided by 12 times 30. Okay, 12 times 30. Because if I said times, multiplication's on the top. Under the line is division. So let me say that again. 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 divided by 12 and divided by 30. And I need the answer with no calculator. There's got to be a faster way. There's got to be an easier way to do this. And somebody probably has already figured it out. And the answer is in most classes, they use the term simplify. Simplify means make it easier. Well, here's what I see. 6 times 5 is equal to 30. So those cross out. Do you see another one? Yeah. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. The answer to this question is 2. Now, if you want to check it, you can actually pull out a calculator, multiply these 5 numbers, divide by 12, divide by 30, and you'll get 2. But I simplified it by taking things out that were on top and bottom. Dimensional analysis is really about this, making things disappear, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to do that in a very simplified manner. And so let me use an example like this, okay? We're going to start with something really easy. Now I'm going to write down some things we know. A foot is 12 inches. 3 feet equals a yard. 1 yard. 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. You may go, I don't know those. Some of those you do know. A minute is 60 seconds. Then all of a sudden with time, we know how to do a lot of those. These are all conversions. And here's what I mean. We're going to do a very simple example. Okay? Example number 1. I've got 2 feet, and I need to convert that into inches. Now, I'm picking a question that you and I know the answer to. We know the answer to this is 24 inches. Now, the skill I'm teaching you right now is a skill that you're going to use for a lot of the year, but I'm putting it with units we already know. So I'm going to be using the skill that I just had a while ago. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 2 feet and I need to convert to inches. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up what is called a railroad track. Now, see that line? That line looks like the question we had just a while ago. A division line. That's what it is. Okay? And what I want to do is first, I want to make the dimensions change. I don't want to be feet anymore. I want to be in inches. So here's how I do that. If it is in feet right now, check this out. If I put the unit feet on the bottom, from the example we had a while ago, what happens when something's on the top and the bottom? They cancel. So that unit is now gone. Now I have to rely on my brain for a minute. That feet can be converted easily into yards. Do I need that? No, it can be converted into inches. Now notice I haven't put any numbers in. I did that on purpose. If I stop right here, what's the only word that's not marked out? Inches. Is that what I want my answer in? Yes, it is. Okay, so I put my numbers in. 1 foot is 12 inches. Now notice the 1 goes there and the 12 goes there. Now, I'm going to be silly here for a second. Is it logical to say that 1 inch is 12 feet? No, there's a specific place where the numbers go. So 1 foot is 12 inches. Okay, so let me back up and say that again. I got the words to disappear first, and then I put my numbers in. And I'm picking a very simple one. Started with 2 feet. I needed the word feet to disappear. Feet can be converted into inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. So I know the unit on my answer is the only word that's not marked out. It's inches. Now, when I have a line, we said that is division. So when you have division, you have numbers next to each other on the top. That means to multiply. So 2 times 12 divided by 1 is 24 inches. Now, we knew that answer before we ever started. I picked one that we knew the answer. Now, what do you think would happen if the question had been 22 feet? And I want that in inches. Okay, well, I start the question with my railroad track, 22 feet. That's what I'm given. And so I'm going to do the same thing again. Okay, I want the words to disappear first. I want feet to disappear, so I want that to be gone. It's on the top and the bottom. It's got to go away. Feet can easily be converted into inches. 1 foot is 12 inches. Now you will notice that this looked exactly like the last one. I knew the first answer was 24 inches, that 24 inches is 2 feet, but I didn't know this one off the top of my head. So all I have to do is, I know that's wrong. Is the unit still in inches? Yes. How do I know? It's the only word not marked out. Okay? And so I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator. 22 times, because they're both on the top, times 12. My calculator says 264. What units? Inches. 264 inches, and that's the question. That's the answer to that question. Okay? Now you may think this is really easy. Yeah, you're probably thinking, man, this is really hard. Why do you do it like that? I can just do that in my head. I'm picking things that are really easy right now on purpose. You have to trust me. Okay? I know the next steps that are coming. I know what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. And we're not going to be using units of feet and inches. We're going to be using milliliters and grams. And we're going to be converting to weird units called moles and all these different kinds of things. This is the math needed that we have to apply. So I'm picking things we know and I'm making it easy. Okay? So I'm going to use a completely different question. Okay? So let's say that we have 652 seconds. And I'm just making this number up, 652 seconds, and I want to know how many hours that is. Do you know that answer? I don't. I can figure it out, and that's what we're about to do. Okay, so we're going to make this word turn into that word. Okay, so 652 seconds, railroad track. Now call it a railroad track because it almost looks like you have a railroad track that a train would go down, and a lot of people use that term. Now, here's the trick to all of it. Ignore the numbers till the end. Make the words change. If this is second, I need seconds here. Now, I don't have everything written here, but I picked something we know in our brain. What's the first thing I can change seconds into? Minutes. Yeah, minutes. If I get ahead of you, pause and catch up to me. That word's gone. Why? It's on the top and the bottom. If I stop right now, I'm in minutes. Do I want the answer in minutes? No, I want hours. So I'm just going to have one more step. I need that word to go away. Minutes go on the bottom. What do minutes go to? Hours. Minutes to hours. Do I have a logic to make words disappear? Yeah, I do. Seconds canceled, minutes canceled. If I stop right here, I'm in what units? Hours. Now I have to put my numbers in. 60 minutes is 1 second. Did I put that in the right place? No, I didn't. 60 seconds is 1 minute. So let me say it again. There are a specific place where the numbers go. And I know that a minute is 60 seconds. What else do I know? I know that an hour is 60 minutes. Now I have numbers where I have everything. Now what's the unit that's not marked out? It's hours. Okay? So what do? These are all on top and these are on the bottom. So I'm going to take this times this times this. I got that. That's 652 times 1 and 1. 652 divided by 60 and then divided by 60 again. Now, in some of your math classes, they will actually, before you start, make you multiply 60 times 60, which is 3,600. And take this divided by 3,600. That's fine. I try to minimize my amount of steps. So what I do is I just go from left to right. This divided by that, divided by that. What if, let's pretend for a second, what if that number, this is wrong, but let's say the number would have been there. Then I would say this divided by this times this. Why times? Because it's on top. Anything on top, I multiply. Anything on the bottom, I divide. Okay? So it would have been this divided by 60 times 60 in this case. But again, like I said, I put the numbers in the wrong place on purpose just so I can show you the math. Now, they're all in the right place. So I'm going to take 652 divided by 60 divided by 60 again. My calculator says 0.18 repeating 1. 0.1811 hours. I'm going to make that look right. And there's my answer. I didn't know that answer off the top of my head, but I solved it. Converting units. Just like I asked Google a minute ago how many teaspoons there are in a cup, and it gave it to me. I didn't know that. I've solved, if I had that many seconds, how many hours that is. Okay? So let's do something different. What if these words were switched? Is it the same railroad track? No. My railroad track has to start with what I'm given. Okay, so let's try this one. Do I know the answer to this? No. I bet it's not 0.1811. Let's see. Starting 6:52 hours. Railroad track. Words disappear first. Hour, gone. What can I convert hour into? Easily. Minutes. Got it? Is that where I want to be? No, one more step. Minutes to seconds. I made my words disappear. Now I have the logic. Now put the numbers in. 1 hour is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. Now look where the numbers are now. Am I going to divide? I'm going to multiply. So it's going to be 652 times 60, it's on the top, times 60 again. And this time, wow, I get a humongous number. Okay? It's 2,347,200 seconds. Woo! That's the answer. Okay? Why? I push the buttons in, I can check my work. Scientific calculator is going to be very important. Now, we're just converting units. Okay? So let's have one here for a second that you try. Okay? You're going to try this. I have 57 yards, and I want to know how many feet are in that. So what I want you to do is pause the video, try it, and then hit play. And I'll come back and solve it for you. All right, let's try this real quick. Hopefully this is what you did. What do you start with? What they gave you. 57 yards. Railroad track. Now this is not the best whiteboard I've ever had, so I'm doing the best I can. Words go away first, right? Words, yards. Now I know from yards I can figure out all kinds of stuff, but I see right here, yards and feet are related right here. 3 feet is a yard. I want to go to feet. Yards are gone and then feet. Mark it out and you'll get it right every time. Don't guess. 1 yard is 3 feet. Check it out. The 3 is with feet and the 1 is with yard. I know I'm doing it right. So am I going to multiply, divide, add, subtract? What am I going to do? They're next to each other? Multiply. 57 times 3. And I get 171. What units? Feet. 171 feet. It's really not that hard. Okay? It's really not that hard. Okay? So let's try another one. Let you try it. It's just different. Now, you just have to trust me that the reason we're learning this is because your life is going to be so much easier if you know how to do this later. So here's one that might be a little bit harder. I've got 2.67 miles. I'm just going to abbreviate miles, MI. and I want to know how many inches that is. See if you can figure that out. Pause the video and try. The numbers you need are right here. Try them out. See if you can get it. Pause the video. I'll come back in a second. All right, let's see how you did. 2.67 miles. Now, I don't know miles to feet, but it's given to me right there. Miles, feet. Okay, a mile. Remember, words go away first. Miles, feet. Got it. Is that what I want? Nope, got to go one more step. I can get feet to inches. It's all logic. It's logic based. I can convert that to that and that to that. Do I have the words right? Yes, I do. Now, put the numbers in. 1 mile. Got it. 5280 feet. Ooh, got to cram that in there. 5280. Got it. 1 foot, 12 inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. So what am I going to do? I'm going to multiply across the top. And so when you do that, you got 2.67 times 5280 times 12. It's all calculator work. That's why I told you need to have a calculator. Makes your life a lot easier. That's what I got. Okay? It is 169.17 inches. Got it. Now, this leads to a great thing. I want you to look at that real quick. You'll notice I put 169.17 and I stopped. But Mr. Kelly, what do I do? In math class, sometimes they tell us to write all the numbers. Some math classes, they said just go to 1 decimal. Sometimes they say write every decimal. Sometimes they're like, we just want whole numbers. How do I know what to do? There's another topic in chemistry about how do you know when to stop numbers, but we're not going to do that right now. There's a true answer for it. And if you've ever built something before, cut wood, or you've had to do something, measure exactly, you know that if you go over a little bit, you mess it up. Okay? And so we're going to talk about in science when you have to be exact, what do you do? Okay? And we'll do that in our next video coming up. But this is good enough. I just rounded. If you did 169.2, that's good enough for what we're doing right now. Okay? So I'm going to do another one for you real quick. Okay? So 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. I'm going to give you that. 1 gallon is 4 quarts, and 1 quart is 2 pints. These are all different units used in the American system. Okay, again, I'm picking things we know. Now, you'll notice in this one, I use centimeters. Now, you've been in science before. You know that we measure things in meters and milliliters and things like that. So I'm just going to introduce it for a minute. If you don't know something, it's going to be listed right there. Here's one for you to try. I've got 17.83 quarts. And I want to know how many gallons. I want you to try that one. Pause the video, try this, and we'll come back and do it. Okay, 17.83 quarts. Railroad track. Words go away first. Quarts, got it. Looking down the list, the only place I see quart is there and there. I want to go to gallons, so that means I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay, quarts goes to gallons. Again, the number's given to me. 1 quarts are gone. 1 gallon, so the 1 goes with gallon, 4 quarts. So what am I going to do? Divide. Now, this time I'm not worried about the answer. Did you get that? Did you get that process? Okay, awesome. So what happens if this word, next question, I want you to try this one. What if it would have been, I'll just change the front number. Oh, make that a 4. 47.83 pints to gallons. Pause the video, try that one. Okay, let's see how you did. 47.83 pints. Railroad track. Okay, words go away first. Pints. I bet you're getting the hang of it now. Pints can go into what? The only thing pints can go into is quarts. Do I want quarts? Nope, it means I need another step. Quarts to gallons. Quart, gallon. And I'm just abbreviating just for time. Words go away. Do I have the logic? Yep, put my numbers in. Okay? 1 quart is 2 pints. Ooh, look how that happened. The 2's on the bottom. Okay. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. This, divide, divide. Well, I know that's 8, so this divided by 8 got the answer, and it's going to be in gallons. It's easy. Okay? Follow the logic. Here's a tricky one. Here's a hard one. And if you can do this, you know what you're doing. Okay? Here it is. I've got 67,254 seconds, and I want to know how many years that is. Now, this is not a hard question, but I'm going to talk the logic before you work it. I can do, all right, seconds can go to minutes. Minutes go to hours. Hours go to days. Now, do you think I need to go, can I go from days to years, or do I need to go to months? I can go days to years, right? So I can go seconds to minutes, minutes to hours, hours to days, days to years. Let's do no leap day. Pause and try. I gave you a big hint. All right, let's see how you did. 67,254 seconds. Railroad track. Words. Seconds to minutes. Gone. Minutes to hours. Gone. Ooh, I'm going to run out of space. Hours to days. Gone. And I'll take this out so I can finish this. The video's almost over. And then days to years. Do you follow the logic? Okay, that's not a great straight line, but it's good enough. Put the numbers in. 1 minute, 60 seconds. 1 hour, 60 minutes. 1 day, 24 hours. There are 365 days in 1 year. Look at the numbers. There's the line. What does the line mean? Divide. This. Divide, 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 divide. And you have your answer. Okay? I'll do it real quick for you so you can check your work. 67,254 divided by 60, divided by 60, divided by 24, divided by 365 equals. Ooh, my calculator says, oh, it says 2.13261035 times 10 to the negative third. All that means, 10 to the negative third, you've learned this in math class before, it means move the decimal back. How many spots? 3. So it's really 1, 2, 3. So it's 0.0021. I just took off the rest of the number. Okay, I just stopped and said, okay, I don't need the rest of that. Where do I know how to round? You don't have to worry about that right now. Did your calculator do that? If you had a graphing calculator, instead of saying times 10 to the negative third, it'll actually say e negative 3. Okay, it's the same thing. We're going to talk about that and how to use your calculator, right? Can you do that? All right. You're going to have an assignment where you're going to practice in the American units, converting between them. Good luck. You'll do great on this. It's not hard. Make the words go away first. Plug the numbers in. Calculator is always last. If you got lost on one of them, back up, watch the part of the video again, and then you can try the assignment. We're also, next video, we're going to talk about dimensional analysis in the metric system. It's the same process. You have a list and you plug the numbers in and solve. See you in the next video.